Is there really a way to know if Allah has forgiven you? Is there a way to know if Allah did not accept your istighfar? That is what we will be talking about in this video. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. You are welcome to Better Muslima. Our last topic was about how to ask Allah for forgiveness, the proper way to ask Allah for forgiveness. So if you haven't seen that video, the link will be in the description box, so you can go there after watching this one. First sign I want you to take note of if you ask for forgiveness from Allah and you want to know if He has forgiven you is that you give up the sin. You do not commit the same sin again. You resist yourself, you stop yourself from doing that thing. It may be anything. I'm not talking about the major or big sin. It may just be some attitude that is not good and you ask for forgiveness about, like delaying your salah, not even performing your salah, or joining salah together, or telling lies, stealing and all that. You realize you do not commit that sin again. The second sign that Allah has forgiven you is that you become calm and relaxed, in the sense that after you stop committing that sin, you do not feel disturbed to continue the sin. You just become calm and relaxed and your body is at peace. The third sign to know if Allah has forgiven you is that your good deeds keeps increasing and your bad sins decreases. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in this kind of situation whereby after asking for forgiveness from Allah, you start doing good things, you start doing good deeds, you increase in your ibadah, and things that are not so good, you start stopping them, you put an end to them and all that. So that is also a sign that Allah has forgiven you. The next sign that Allah has forgiven you is that there is a positive change in you. I don't know the kind of person you have before, but you start having positive changes. People beside you realize, even you realize yourself. For example, when you start doing good deeds, it makes you happy. And when you do things that are not so good, those kind of things makes you feel bad, like you feel guilty about it when you do something that is not good. As we always say, you should have fun in this life because life is short. But when you are having fun, doing things that Allah does not love, doing things that makes you feel guilty after doing it, that is not fun. That is not part of a life of a Muslim. So if you want to enjoy this life, like we do say, just enjoy my life, do things that Allah wants, do things that you will not regret after living this life, and live your life to the fullest. The next tip to know that Allah has forgiven you is that you have taqwa. You start to have the fear of Allah. When Allah forgives you, He grants you taqwa. So you have the fear of Allah. You start being conscious. You start being intentional of the things you do. The next sign to know that Allah has forgiven you is that you are humble and always address Allah in humility. My last sign to know that Allah has forgiven you is that you regret what you did and you keep on asking for forgiveness. No one can be certainly sure that Allah has forgiven me. So it is best to keep it going. Keep on asking for forgiveness. And this does not mean you should start mentioning all the sin you committed when you were small till now. No, you should just continue to ask for forgiveness. Continue making your istighfar. Even the prophet that Allah said is free of sins, make istighfar every day. So continue making istighfar, and that's when you continue doing that is also a sign that Allah has forgiven you. So signs of non-acceptance of your repentance. When you make istighfar and you want to know Allah has not forgiven me, there are signs to know. Please give this video a like. Do not forget to give this video a like and also subscribe if you haven't. Share to other people that may benefit from this. The first sign is deficiency in the person's repentance. When you remember the sin, you remember the pleasure you got from the sin, and that got you preoccupied. For example, you remember the sin you committed, or the pleasure you got from it, or the interest you got from it. It may be stealing, or it may be even riba. So you remember the sin and you get preoccupied, like, oh, that was nice. Oh, I was so happy when I was doing this. Oh, this and that. Then you start feeling nice. You start feeling good. You start feeling excited when you remember the sin you committed. Even you start talking to people about it. I used to do this before. I used to do that. And that is a sign of non-acceptance of your istighfar, because there is a high possibility that you will continue that sin. The second sign of non-acceptance of your repentance is being for sure that Allah has accepted your prayers and feeling proud about it. When you are very sure Allah has forgiven you and you feel proud about it, you will want to make that sin, you will want to commit that sin again. You will want to continue that sin because you are very sure. You are proud already that Allah will forgive you whenever you ask for forgiveness, right? Then you want to continue because you are sure Allah will forgive you, and that is a sign of non-acceptance of your repentance. The third sign is that your eyes don't cry and your heart is hardened. Now, when you ask Allah for forgiveness, right, your heart should be soft. After repenting, after feeling remorse, your heart should be soft, not hard like a stone. So after asking for forgiveness, when you witness that kind of sin again, or you remember you were into that sin, you committed and asked Allah for forgiveness, you don't feel good. You don't feel good about this sin. Or probably when you see someone that is into that kind of thing, or you just witness that kind of thing, then you feel bad about it. And when you remember yourself doing that, you ask Allah for forgiveness again. Yes. And if you do not have this kind of things, when you remember your sin, you don't feel any kind of way. You feel like it's normal, it's okay, and your heart is hard. That is also a sign of non-acceptance of your repentance. And my last sign is there is no increase in your good deeds. When you ask Allah for forgiveness, you should have the urge when you are forgiven to make good things, to continue good things. It doesn't matter if you give people that are around you things or you increase in your ibadah. Just staying a little longer after your obligatory salah is also a good deed. Fasting is also a good deed, which is for Allah. Giving zakah is also a good deed. Giving sadaqah is also a good deed. So when there is no increase in your good deeds and you continue other bad deeds, or even the sin you ask for forgiveness on or for, you continue it, that is also a sign of non-acceptance of your repentance. So now that you know the signs that you are forgiven and signs that you are not, if you have not watched my video on how to ask Allah for forgiveness, it's the last video. Please just visit the video. Make sure you watch it. May Almighty Allah forgive us, soften our hearts, and grant us taqwa. Ameen. With that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. If you are one that do comment, and I'll see you all in my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa ila liqa fi amanillah.